G'day brew tubers, welcome to Abernethy Brothers Brewing. Today we're going to do a lager. Normally we've only ever done one other lager. Today it's a Salzburger Vienna Lager. Stick around. Right, today we're going to use the Grainfather Overflow Filter. You would have seen this in other videos. I did do a review of it. For those of you who haven't seen it, I'll put a link in the top. What I have found, which is much like most other brews, the top plate often does fall beneath the wort line once the grains have compacted underneath. So this is common before the filter, utilising the overflow filter, and it's continued to happen, and that has resulted in the wort going over the top of the filter and effectively becoming useless as a filter. So today we're going to do a little bit of a modification. I'm going to join the overflow cap, the top plate and the overflow filter together with the use of a worm drive clamp. Okay, so we've got the overflow cap, I think it's called. Place the filter on the top. And we're going to put the top plate on, make sure the lugs are pointing down, because obviously this is going to flip up the other way once you get in the Grainfather. And we'll clamp down the worm drive clamp. Alright, now the 3-1. Because the overflow cap sits on the overflow pipe, this won't drop, so the plate won't drop, the filter won't drop. Right, so there you just place it in as per usual. Obviously you need to line it up with the pipe underneath, so just use a skewer to do that. Righto, there you go. Righto, the recipe's pretty low on the bitter front, so we're putting in 15 grams of Warrior at 60 minutes, and then we're using Hallertau Tradition. There's 22 grams at 5 minutes. So the IBUs are pretty low, 26. Obviously this is supposed to be a fairly malt forward lager. Let's weigh them out. Just a note on our hop storage. So I picked up this vacuum sealer from Aldi. It was pretty cheap. So we've gone to vacuum sealing all our hops once we take out what we need, and then also storing them in the freezer. I believe that's going to make them hang on a bit longer. It's a beautiful amber colour. I showed you the filter did remain in one piece, as you'd expect. You can see the overflow filter has done its job. Capturing that piece, little lock on worm drive clamp. Yeah, very happy. I have decided today to take the top plate out because I am going to give this a little stir.
Isn't that going to cloud it up a bit?
It will, but it's just shy of 7 kilos grain bill.
Yep.
Did I press the button there? I did. And with some of these larger, well, this isn't massive, but the efficiency I've found has been down a bit on these larger brews. I mean, most of our beers, to be honest, are what, 6 kilos or just under 6 kilos, something like that. Yeah, this is just shy of 7, so I'm just going to give it a little bit of a... Did I press the button?
I don't know, you're talking.
4, 5, 6, 7. I think I did. Did I press the button?
Yeah, we need to automate that as well.
Yeah, do something about the button. Button. This is our standard 25 litre batch, which really maxes out the Grainfather. It's according to Brewfather, it's 31.65 litres pre-boil gravity, and I've worked that out. I've got a ruler. It's 5 centimetres from the very top.
What?
5 centimetres.
What's 5 centimetres? 50
The wort, 50 mil. Did I press the button?
I don't know, did you?
No. Righto, Vienna Lager. Salzburger Vienna Lager. So, we wanted to do another lager, but we found ourselves basically just going back to the good old tried and tested Czech Pils. It's winter, wanted to do something different, so I went to the Bible, flicked through and come across Vienna Lager. So we thought, righto, we'll give this a go. Mix of Vienna, Munich, Melanoidin and a little bit of chocolate. So I did a bit more digging and we pulled out the beer and brewer mag, didn't we? So the key difference I can see between a stock Vienna as put down by Greg Hughes and the Salzburger is the balance between Vienna and Munich. So the Vienna Lager from the Bible is more heavy weighted to Vienna, and the Salzburger is more heavy weighted to the Munich. So 2.4 kilos of Munich, that's light Munich, 1.9 of Vienna, 1.9 of, I've used American ale malt, that's just what I happen to have at Gladfields. They did say Maris Otter, I believe, in the original recipe.
Yeah.
Then we got Warrior and Hallertau, and I swapped Nugget out. Nugget was in the original recipe. I didn't have any, so we used Warrior. It's kind of known for a nice clean bitterness, so yeah, there you go.
So yeah, a lot of these beers that we'll be brewing, once again, it always comes to ingredients where certain ingredients are quite readily available in different areas, and at the moment we can't really go anywhere, so it's basically what's in the pantry.
What's in the pantry? We are using the Y East 2308 Munich Lager for this batch. We did Brewfather called for a 3 litre starter. Our flask is only 3 litres, so I did a 2.4?
Yeah.
2.4 litre starter. So it's 240 grams of light DME, and then the yeast. Left it for 3 days.
It was that 3-day bang.
3 days, yep. Then we crushed it in the fridge, decant the top off, and we'll pitch the yeast.
Yeah.
After all that talking about stirring the mash as I was doing the sparge, what didn't I do?
Stir it.
I didn't stir it.
Well, that's not part of your normal regime.
No, it's not. It's not.
Gear,
I did.
so there's been no stirring.
Yep, so 1047 is what the refractometer is saying, which gives us a mash efficiency of 74%, which is down a bit, and that's what I had predicted. The profile, our Brewfather profile, is set at 77. I normally get between 76 and 80. So yeah, it was down a touch. I'm not worried about that. But yes, the trick of stirring the mash to improve it, yeah, you've got to remember to do it. Right, we've got the transfer going into the fermenter at 18 degrees. It was 29 litres at the end of the boil, so we're going to have a decent brew. We're going to have at least 25 in the fermenter. Probably going to lose, it's about 2 litres that I've worked out in terms of what's left in the Grainfather. I do chock up the side a bit to try and maximise the amount of work that actually comes out. So when we get to the end, we'll check it out and see how much volume we actually did get. Righto, so there's the chock I use just to lean it further towards the filter so you can maximise the amount of water you pull out of the Grainfather. Righto, so there she is in the fermentation chamber. We wound up with, what is that, 27 litres. I'm going to wait until the temperature's down to about 12 degrees before I pitch the yeast. Okay, here we are with the tasting. Out here on the tasting bar, would you say? Yes, it's not a tasting table. No, tasting bar. Tasting bar. What's this beer again? I believe it's the Vienna Lager. The Vienna Lager. As we said in the spec, this is a beer we have wanted to brew for a long time. We tended to go with the light lagers, and it was just a matter of saying, right, let's do it. See how it goes. So here it is. Straight away you can tell, much darker than your normal. What can you tell? What can you tell? Yes, it's a very dark. It's pouring quite well. Looks like it's giving a beautiful head. Yeah. That is Kodak moment. Did you see that? Yeah. Oh, it's 2 fingers. There you go. That's European. Fingers. European. Yeah, European pour. That was the first one we've poured, I have to say, for a while. So this next one's going to need a little encouragement to get the same level of head. The beer line would have been a bit warm on the first one. There we go. Fantastic. Yeah, look at that. Bloody beautiful. Fantastic. Now, what do you see straight away? Well, I reckon it's a, what would you say, dark toffee colour. It's ludicrously clear. Can you see the Abernethy Brothers logo on the merch? Oh, through the goddamn glass. Look at that. Yeah, fantastic. Beautiful red hue. I wouldn't call it a red hue as much as a dark burnt toffee colour, I'd say. Dark. Yeah. Red hue. It's not red. Anyway, dark coffee, honestly. Looks like it's keeping a nice tight head, which should give some nice lacing. Geez, I want to get some red meat now. Yeah. It has a few common notes to the Jurassic Amber, actually. Yes. Well, as you would somewhat expect. Very similar colour too, the profile. Geez, got a good nose on it. Did you just put your finger out when you did that? No, did I? Yes, you did. Oh, that was awfully a teetotaling experience. Hang on, is it in? Yeah. Sorry, did you drink? I drank. Good. Language. Oh. Beep. Yeah, that's that is bloody nice. It's good. And look, to be honest, we haven't filmed this tasting. It's aged a decent bit. It's aged a decent bit. Now, we've been away over summer, so it's sat in the keg for a reasonable period of time. I'm going to quickly just check on the age here. You know, a lot of these darker style beers we find really come into their own with a bit of age. They do. Hence having some kegs, more than 2, so you can have one in there. Pop the date on it, whack it in there, and just let it age. The Salzburger Vienna Lager has been conditioning for, hold on to your hats, 173 days. That's how long this bad boy's been there. Now, granted, I reckon if we poured another 2 pints,
It'd be dead.
it'd be dead. Because I'm just a complete techno friggin' geek, let's pull up the Plato keg data.
God damn, that's good.
And the Plato keg data is saying that we have 3.13 litres left.
Good bit of kit, that.
Awesome.
Bloody
Quite
good bit
love
of
it.
kit. Yep.
3.13 litres. And the last pour, which was my beer, was 420 ml. I didn't realise these glasses were that big. There you go. A Plato keg management system. Look into it. I'll put a link to the video over here. That's why we did it.
Yeah, okay, nice. Yes, but extremely nice, and wow, it's got that maltiness of.
It's got a
just
mean malt.
fantastic.
It's got a mean malt.
And it's quite
Does have
thick.
that-
Sort of lacing on it, quite good too. Lovely lacing, and now I think all our darker beers will be aging. We've got a spare fridge at the back. We'll brew a few, whack them out there, leave them for 6+ months, come back to them.
I'd like to actually try this next to the Jurassic Amber to see the difference between ale fermentation versus lager fermentation.
And I do believe Pierre, who had a recipe for our Jurassic Amber, is sending us a sample bottle of his take on it.
He is actually. The Symbol Home Brewing sending us a version of his Jurassic Amber. I don't know if that... How many litres did I say was left?
3.
Whatever it was.
Will last.
Will last that long. But
You know
anyway.
what? Just don't drink it anymore.
Well, it's been... This is not a session beer, let's be frank. You don't sit down and have 27 of them
No.
like we
And-
normally would.
Well, it's been summer. We've been really hitting the IPAs and the really big hop bombs, all that sort of stuff. We've been away.
Been away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've been trying quite a few different beers in can. We do have a keg down where we go away, and this has been sitting here just chugging away.
As, yep. Righto. That's the Salzburg Vienna Lager.
Salzburg.
We'll definitely be locking this one in.
Yeah, this is the
As a
rotator,
go-to. It's a rotator.
and this would be exceptionally well
On the
when we
rotation.
fire up that grill with a big hunk of meat
Yep.
straight off the bone.
Yeah. Thanks for watching.